Make sure your region allows you to put the school name. Some don't. And also make sure your region allows you to put your name. Some don't. And in the title, A would be a lowercase. And I would recommend that you have a title page. So you go to the abstract, to the front of it. I think I went, where am I? Oh, so I'm in the front of it. Control Enter. The number got messed up. Let me see. In that case, what I will do is I will go to here, and then I will do Control Enter to break the page, and there I will press Delete key and do that, and this would come here, and then I am able to enter this. So I have a the cover page here, where even a straight line motion is calculated as motion along a circle of very large radius. When you have this different kind of section, you cannot just enter to push it down here. You got to do Control Enter. So you have a hard break. That way, when you have something else pushed here, entered here, would not damage your next section. So even if you waste some blank space here, it's good to have this hard break of pages judiciously, so that what you do here doesn't mess up the format of the subsequent pages. I wonder if you did soft break or hard break here. Let's find out. You can see here using this. You did soft break, it seems. So if I get rid of this here, it would go to, this would come up here. Let's take a look. No, it didn't. Okay, seems to be hard break then, but I should see it though. Let me see. Let me break here. Let's do here. And if I came here and hardened, see, I need to have this page break. You don't have it, so I don't think you had it. It's just there's not enough for it to come back up. So let's do this, uncheck this. Okay, now let's read the hypothesis. This is difficult to navigate space. Every parenthesis needs space in front and after. It sounds like you suddenly are going to robots. So let's see, vehicles would be better. I think this, rather than passive, is one of the omnidirectional direct wheels that consists one of, so it's singular. So it's a consists of several roller mounts. Yeah, I think that's better way. That's the proper way to say it. Allow them to have full freedom of movements. Or a full, but it has many movements, and improved maneuverability is singular, so it's on. So that's what I think it should be, but I'm not 100% on that. You need a figure here. It's hard to understand with these wordings. You need to have space in front. Shouldn't you say both front and rear wheels? The way a vehicle, in this case, should be the, because we are talking about a specific one. I just realized this is a repetition of what we just said up there. I don't know what's involved in cornering stability. Does it make it? I think a sharp turn makes it less stable, so I don't know what is involved, so I'm not sure if we can claim this. In this implementation, we should say, in this implementation, even the front wheels are controlled separately. Because they have different tangential direction and speed as okay, I think I can erase these. It's not when it's moving slowly, it's just radius of curvature. At any speed, they would point to the same direction. So I don't know what the relevance of speed is here. Okay, this may be the case with some system here, but it's not what I did. So you got to compromise it. I think it is about the at high speed you would not be making this kind of sharp turn. So I think that's what the implication is. But I do not know where it came from, so you got to decide. Move to any direction, because it seems like it has only three possibilities, and this thing broke. There. So move, rather than saying here to translate, that's a math term, or slide. Slide means slipping, or glide. Under parenthesis is okay. To any direction at any time. I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. So not sure if you heard me, but I think this is better than the saying the diagonal up and listing those three that you had. So just say any direction at any time. Now here, you're saying the changing lane using this is not for changing lanes. This is great for parking actually. And also the centrifugal force, effect you're talking about, it will be felt because when direction changes here, your body is still going to the front, and there's that inertia. So inertia will be stopped by the car holding your seat and other things, belts holding you in and pushing you to the direction of the car's motion, and that's the centrifugal effect. So you cannot eliminate it. And high speed, this is not needed at all, because even a little bit of steering wheel will just get you where you want to, and you don't need any maneuver at high speed. Shouldn't do any maneuver. So it's great for parking or movement in tight spot where rotation would be too cumbersome. In this case, it's diagonal line, yes, but if it was a little bit turned around, it would be the perpendicular to the axis. So you cannot say to the central diagonal line. You got to say having the wheels be tangential to the radius. So what you want to be perpendicular to is the radius to the center of the vehicle. Even in case of a Cadillac that had, you remember the advertising we saw? It had a four-wheel steering, but I think front and back pointed to the same direction in those cases, whereas ours is pointing to different directions. So you may want to point that out. Actually, it's not angular velocity. It's doing by the radius of the curvature. So here it's able to do all this and the algorithm is all this mode so without any conflicts. This is accomplished by having a single model of the radius of curvature, where the crab steering, all cases are just having the circle, so all these are controlled by having the center of curve located at different distance and different side of the vehicle. So that's the key here. Have all, even spinning, you have the circle center at the center of the coinciding with the vehicle, then you're spinning. If it's far, it's straight. If it's somewhere in between, you're turning a curve, and so on. Accomplishes all three steering modes, and then allow our algorithm, allows simultaneous control all four wheels without by using one framework, algorithmic framework of circular motion. All three modes are the parameters of all three modes are computed the same way, only the circular motion's center and radius are different. Radius values are at different yet continuous. Are here I repeat it, that's why they are at different yet continuous new range continuous uninterrupted range. This approach ensures a smooth navigation control without any mode changes. You should use a multiplication sign here, and usually there's space between the multiplication and the numbers here, and you can find it in the insert, and you go to the symbols and you will find more symbols and you will see multiplication in it. You're here, see, multiplication sign, insert, and then it looks much better. And after that, stop inserting and then you go and start replacing. The unit tells how large it is, so we need not say it. Each of the frames means there are many, and you have a one wooden frame, so I'm confused about the situation. You should have picture. You don't have it? Oh, you do. Move it up so that they can see it right away. Next page is kind of disjointed. What is this F? This is torque. So torque is force times distance in a cross product. And I think this is force. The unit would be Newton. Or here's the weight. So therefore, this has to be the acceleration. F equals ma. So that, I think you meant G, not F. But that's kind of awkward. So the unit should be 22, whatever number you convert and get, would be Newton meter or Newton centimeter. So that has to be the unit. I don't know what the story is, so I'm not changing this. You have to go and change it. You were talking about the wheel frames. So you cannot start with a frame, and you have to mention the wheel. There are 4 wheels with 4 wheel frames, so that it doesn't get mixed with this here. I do not know about the vehicle well, so I will not interfere here. You have to rewrite that portion. I think this is redundant here. So here, each of the wheel where you mentioned it can perform independently. If you insert independently, the whole thing would go through keyboard input. You mentioned that here, so should I have it or not? I think it's better to lead like that. It's up to you. Think about it and do whatever you prefer. I feel it is best whenever you talk about figure 9, the figure 9 to be on the same page. You can do that by moving these guys up, and then you will have space here for the, because this was talked about much earlier. So as soon as they read, they will have an idea of what they're dealing with. So that would be a better way to appeal to the readers. This should be a lowercase. You see, you did lowercase off here. You have extra space. You should have space before the parenthesis.